I'm now banned on PayPal and Venmo because of that. So no one ever Venmo me because that shit is going into the abyss. I've had people Venmo me throughout the years. I'm just like, stop, bro, stop.
She got this notification where it was like someone was trying to burglarize, like break into the building.
Right.
And she texted me at like 12 o'clock in the morning. She was like, hey, Mo, isn't this your building?
After that, I'm just like, okay, I can't swing on him, but I can like emotionally swing on him. So I'm just like, hey, man, we can get your kid taken away, man. And he starts like going on and on. And then we started closing the door. And I'm like, say bye to your kid, man. Thank you so much for coming back to another episode of the best podcast. Difficult-ish. Well, on this episode, we're going to be talking about New York City horror stories. Okay, we all know New York City, you know, glitz and glamour, beautiful city, beautiful life, beautiful people, all of that, right? There's some spooky stuff that happens here as well, just like any other city, right? But New York City got its own little flair, okay? Mo's born and raised New Yorker. You know, I came a few years ago, but still I got some ample stories, okay? You want to hear about how I got scammed out of a lot of money? My very first, before I even came to New York, I had one of the worst experiences ever. You want to hear that? I know you do. You want to hear about all of Mo's experiences in her first New York City apartment, her current apartment, her schizophrenic neighbor who drives her absolutely insane. I know you want to hear all about that. We got so many juicy stories. This is a good time, okay? This is a good time. You know, we're real detailed storytellers. We take this craft serious, okay? So we know you're going to enjoy this episode if you keep on listening, which starts right now.
Welcome back to our beautiful podcast. It is called Difficult-ish, a podcast about different, not same, South Asian narratives.
I don't like this.
What?
It's so dumb.
Okay, well, you let me start, so I thought I could start. This is my amazing co-host.
It's me, her co-host, Mashdun Munir. And this is my birthday co-host.
Mahuakan.
Yeah. As you can see, there's something on her head. And
that could mean anything, though.
I'm wondering what it is.
This is called a birthday crown. I got 2 this year.
Yeah.
Well, one was unexpected. One was actually my engagement crown. And then the other one was a birthday crown that you had gotten me, which I didn't know you were going to get me.
Yeah.
Followed by a birthday sash. Can you guys tell I'm a Leo? But don't even worry, because maybe you should wear the other birthday crown, because it's not just me whose birthday is in August. Well, your birthday is also in August.
Yeah.
But you're a Virgo.
I'm a Virgo, yeah.
But you don't prefer birthday crowns. You prefer like your birthday.
I don't prefer birthdays.
But you prefer like your birthday like scone hat. Like your triangle. Like,
what?
The scone. Remember like the birthday like scone hat that I made for you last year?
Yeah. Those are cute. Yeah.
Yeah, you like.
It's not like a necessity.
No, it's not, obviously it's not a necessity.
Like I'll be okay with that one.
But it's like you have that hat, and then it's like a little like string that goes around like your chin,
you made
like
me
a
one
chin
last
strap.
year. You made me one last year.
You like that one?
That was nice of you.
Yeah.
That was probably one of the best gifts I've ever gotten.
You can't say that, because you said that about the other gift that I
okay,
made
well, that is the best. You know, the crown is one of the best. Anyways, how's your birthday?
It was a good birthday. I can't lie to you.
Yeah. In 3 words.
No, we're not doing this 3 words thing again.
Wait, but before we start, like the video, subscribe to the channel. We've been a bit inconsistent with the podcast. We take full accountability.
Yeah.
We've honestly just been busy. That's all. And it's been hard to just make time to record these episodes. I have started studying for my MBA exam. I'm hoping to go back to school. Please hold me accountable. And she has been just out and about, just doing this and that. She's painting murals. She's traveling. She's having family time. We've just been busy, okay? So we will be better. We have exciting things coming up for this podcast. We have exciting guests. We are doing something exciting later this month as well. We'll let you guys know all about that. But our apologies. That's all.
Our apologies. I hope you can forgive us, especially considering it's our birthday month.
Right, yeah.
But, I had a beautiful birthday due to my fiancé. My fiance really, he wakes up the week of August 1st.
Yeah.
2 weeks before my birthday. And he's like, this month is my national holiday month.
Yeah. I love her birthday. I'm so happy on her birthday because I'm just happy all day. And there's no other day I'm happy all day.
Yeah.
Other than yours.
So he doesn't celebrate his birthday like that as a Virgo, but he loves celebrating my birthday. And it's super nice because, you know, me as a Leo, I do love my birthday. But in the past few years of me being an adult and just people not really showing up, and also me just getting busy with my own work and stuff, I just don't feel like planning my birthday anymore. It's a lot of hassle. I just don't want that disappointment of people not coming and treating me the way that I would treat them for their birthday, right? And so Mashoon has taken it upon himself to plan it and do everything for my birthdays the last 2 years. And this year specifically, he gave me a whole birthday breakfast bash, grand breakfast. And
you gotta say it how it is.
A grand birthday breakfast bash.
It's the big brunch breakfast for. I forgot what it is.
Yeah, I didn't know there was like a specific name to it.
Big birthday brunch.
No, that doesn't have a good.
That's what it was.
Yeah, but that doesn't have a nice ring to it. But anyway, and then on top of that, he's been like working hard away, carving away, writing away on this like specific thing that he wouldn't tell me what it was. And he finally showed me the night before because he had to, because we were going to my birthday dinner the next day, so I would see it anyway. He made this Jeopardy board.
Yeah, I made a Jeopardy board.
With different, you guys know Jeopardy, right? 100, 200, 300, like you can win points, right? He made this board game for my birthday table of all my loved ones so that they can compete to see who knows me best. And he had different categories, like what? Like, you know,
I didn't know we were going such in depth.
No, but like you had very niche.
Yeah, I had Throwback Mo, I had Mo Core, I had Miscellaneous Mo, I had Where's Mo, and I had
all rhyming.
What was the fifth
Miss
one?
Labby.
Miss Labby, of course.
Yeah, so different categories. And but yeah, needless to say, he just did a lot. He made my birthday feel like, you know, just I was like a little kid again. And he also baked me a cake. We can't forget that. He baked me a cake, a Harry Potter themed, famous Hagrid inspired cake. Yeah, he's never baked a cake before.
I never baked a cake before.
And so
I've used an oven like twice in my life.
Yeah,
like, I was like probably 3 or 4 times.
He bought all these like baking materials that he's returning because he's never gonna
store.
bake.
Yeah, I went to a baking store, got the right food coloring. Yeah, man, I did the whole shebang. You know.
So yeah, I had a little mermaid theme. My loved ones showed up, and they just showed me so much love, and I'm just like very grateful.
Wow.
Because, you know, I didn't really like my birthdays in my early 20s, but now here we are.
That's deep.
Yeah.
That's deep.
So thanks for that, buddy.
Yeah, of course. You know, that's what I'm
But don't worry, your birthday's coming up, and
but I don't want what you want. I've told you this, and
I know.
like I feel like you're not listening to me. Like I don't like that.
Okay,
like,
I know you don't want what I want, but that doesn't mean I can't.
You say that, and then like you try to do like this whole thing, and then I'm just like.
He was like, he's a simple boy. He's like, all I want for my birthday is bowling.
I just want to go bowling.
Yeah, I know.
I'm a simple fella.
I know.
I'm not even saying that to try to sound.
I know it's decrepit. The truth. You don't have to like I know it's the truth.
What is fun for me?
Yeah, I know.
Maybe a nice lake. Buy me a fishing rod.
Okay.
I miss fishing. I've been thinking a lot about fishing.
Yeah.
And just like throwing nets into like the lake. I was always good at that. I had a good toss.
You had a good toss.
I was a good tosser. You don't know about that side of me.
Yeah, I don't.
But yeah, you know, that's good. I'm glad you had a good birthday, and I hope that you can continue this happiness through the rest of your life. Anyways, what are we gonna be talking about this episode of the podcast?
Today, I thought we could like bring it back. You know, I thought we could be a little honest with our journey. You know, a lot of the people, they show their ups, living in the big city, accomplishing their dreams.
Yeah.
You know, just living their dream life. And yeah, we have that. We are doing great things, but that doesn't mean we're not going to account for the bad things too, right? And what I mean by that is, you know, as 2 New York City folks now, you know, Mashoon is a transplant, and that's okay, but as 2 New York City folks now, we have some downs, some down in the dumps, some stories that
what an intro.
We haven't shared.
We have some downs. We have downs.
we have some stories that we haven't shared with, you know, the masses, and I feel like it's finally time to shed some light on them, you know. So okay,
I have to be honest, guys. Like I cannot be fake. She's been wanting to record this episode for years.
That's not true. Not years.
Tell me why she's born and raised in New York, and she has one story for you guys. Why do I have more New York City horror stories than she does?
I think that just is a testament.
Before we started recording, I was begging her, please. I didn't know she had nothing to say. after wanting to record this for so long, I'm like, this girl must have dozens of stories.
I definitely do. I just can't think of them. Obviously, I have grand ones that I've already shared on the podcast. She was going through
Facebook photos trying to think of old stories.
I think it's just a testament to how much of a New Yorker I am.
So like
I've seen a lot.
I don't think you have.
Like, you want me to start off?
Yeah.
Okay. Once I've seen someone pop a squat on the subway, like in the train station, just taking a pee-pee.
That's normal activity.
Okay, but I'm like starting off fully.
Come on.
It was you. Like, yeah, fully pull down her pants. Though,
you know, like
another one fully taking a poo-poo. Well, I don't know if they did take a poo-poo, but there were some suspicious stains.
Okay.
And that's bare minimum. That's normal behavior. Like not really what that's like what transplants come here for, and then they get scared and run away because
that's what you get scared and run away from. You're gonna look at that and hide behind me. What is that? What are they doing? Relax. Anyways, so that's the episode. That's the topic of the episode. The one that she's gonna say is actually very interesting, and the ones I have is very interesting too. Yeah. So we hope that you're interested in these stories, and we hope that we persuade you to come to New York City.
I feel like it's gonna be the opposite.
Yeah. If we did an episode about Orlando horror stories, I would be recording for 6 hours. I might do that for my next solo episode. But whether you're
I hear all these things about solo episodes. I never want to hear it again.
Yeah, I'm actually never gonna record a solo episode. But yeah, we hope that you enjoy this, and whether you're in New York City or not, just hang out with us a little bit. Hang out. We got some good. I'm a good storyteller. I'm a great storyteller because I really don't lack on the details.
Are you ready to like tell everyone your idiotic moves that you've done?
My what?
Your idiotic moves.
I'm not.
Okay.
That.
Okay.
So. What do you mean?
There have been some instances where I think you look back on and you're not very proud of the decisions you've made.
Okay, but that's a human trait.
Okay.
That's not me.
Right.
I'm not special in that.
Right.
Right?
Right.
You've never done anything that... Yeah. Yeah, we know. All right, go ahead. What you want
me to start?
Yeah, go ahead.
No, but I feel like yours is like a good one.
Which one?
The apartment one.
This is the story of what happened to me when I initially tried to come to New York City. This was in July of 2023.
And this is what you should never do when you are looking for apartments.
I was very silly in this, and it could have been very easily avoided, and it has caused genuinely like lifelong issues of mine when it comes to like my use of certain technological platforms.
Yeah, he's gotten banned from
I'm banned on PayPal because of this story.
Get to it.
So, I mean, okay, I don't want to drag this out too long. Basically, in July 2023, I was looking for 1 month sublets for New York City. Wanted to come try it out for a month.
Yeah.
So I, went to the good old Google. 1 month sublet, New York City. Found the spot on Craigslist. Old reliable. So I was listing. It was for an apartment in Gramercy in Manhattan. The month sublet cost was $3,000, which is like typical for any like 1 bedroom apartment in New York City. I could have found something cheaper, but I really like this place. It's really cute.
Yeah,
cute spot, right?
Right by Washington Square Park.
Right by Washington Square Park. Had pictures, looked nice, cozy. I can imagine my little hookah next to the bedside table, looking out the window.
On the
cute spot,
table?
huh?
It's on the bedside table.
Yeah, of course.
I see.
On the bed sometimes too. So start yapping away with this guy. Send him a little email. Hello, I'm Ashwin Munir. Would like to move here. What's the process gonna be? And buddy gets back to me. He's like, yeah, I own this place, and I am moving to Alabama because my mother has passed away, and I'm taking over her home temporarily. So looking for someone to, sublet my place in Manhattan. I'm like, oh, sweet guy. Very nice guy, right? Sends me his ID, his proof of ownership of the place. Sends me all the paperwork. Address is right, name is right. I'm like, oh, seems legit. right? Seems legit. All is well. Then, I'm like chatting this guy for a couple days because like I'm still like on the fence if I want to do it or not, because it's a lot of money to drop and moving to New York City for a month. But after like 2 or 3 days of contemplating it, and he starts kind of like not threatening me, but he's like, hey, like, let me know because I got other people like waiting in line, da da da. And I'm like, all right, shit, like I don't want to lose this. So I'm like, fuck it, man. I sign. He sends me like a sublet agreement, whatever. Seems legit. Everything seems legit, right? Sign it, send over, and he's like, okay. And I'm just like, yeah, let me know. And I got a couple red flags. I think one red flag that I got was like, I wanted you to go see the unit first. Mm-hmm. So I was like, hey, can I go tour the unit? And he said, I don't. He said, I'm not in New York and I don't have the keys. So I would have to mail you the keys, and I don't feel comfortable mailing the keys until you pay for it. I'm like, okay. Yeah, and it seems legit, I guess. And so, long story short.
And he was also giving you a very big, like, sob story.
Yeah, he was, he kind of kept going on and on about mom passed, it's been hard times, da da da. And I'm just like, thanks, buddy. I hope you're okay.
And he was an old guy, right?
Yeah, he's like 70, 75 white guy. So then it comes time to send over the payment. I sign a bunch of stuff, send it over to him, and I'm like, okay, how can I pay? And he's like, oh, you can Venmo my accountant. And I'm like, that is odd. Typically that's not how it goes. Typically, maybe it's either like straight to him or, I don't know. I've just never heard of Venmoing an accountant. Would you ever Venmo an accountant? Typically accountants are
I do my taxes, I Venmo them after.
Imagine, right? You Venmo the IRS. That's not really how it goes. And so boom, silly me, Venmo $3,000 to the accountant, and I didn't hear back. I'm blasting this guy on text. What's up? Da da da. Never heard anything back. The one thing that drove me crazy, I think it was like the next day, like a day and a half later in the afternoon, he finally texted me back and he's like, oh, sorry, I'm at the hospital. And then he gives me another sob story and he's like, do you think you can send me some more? Did I tell you this part?
Yeah.
He's like, do you think you can send me some more? And after that, I just didn't say anything because I was just so mad at myself. And then, when I went home, fucking stupid me. I went home and I did the most simple thing. I Googled the address of the Craigslist apartment, and the same apartment was on streeteasy.com being like rented out by an official brokerage agency. So this fella, motherfucker, I don't know what this person is, took the Street Easy listing and just put it on Craigslist. The exact same pictures, exact same description, same fucking everything. But the crazy part is like he sent me his ID, he sent me the name, like the proof of ownership, but the guy that I was emailing wasn't him. How did
he find it?
This guy just had access to the ID and the proof of ownership of the owner of the actual building, but like the guy I was talking to was not him. So yeah, I disputed the charge. I did get my money back.
Thank God.
But I'm now banned on PayPal and Venmo because of that until I repay that money, which I don't.
Repay what money?
The $3,000.
Why would you have to repay them?
Because like I got the money back from my bank, but Venmo never got paid that $3,000.
That's not your fault.
No, but now I cannot use Venmo. So no one ever Venmo me because that shit is going into the abyss. I've had people Venmo me throughout the years. I'm just like, stop, bro, stop. I can't. Like my mom Venmo me one time. I don't think I've ever told her this. My mom Venmo me one time. I can't tell her I didn't receive that money because she'll just get mad at me. But yeah, that's my story. Sorry it took so long.
Wow.
That's my story.
So what did we learn from this?
We learned to not be a fucking idiot, man. Just do some simple due diligence. Some simple due diligence can take you so far in life.
So this is a reminder that
we get too excited, we get too excited.
If you try to rent out a place and they start giving you a sob story and then start requesting more money because they're in the hospital, good luck, Charlie.
Yeah.
Let's not follow through with that one.
Yeah, I mean, not much more to say. I learned my lesson. I think, like, my heart dropped when, like, he stopped DMing me or stopped texting me. I was like, wow.
Well, he was in the hospital.
But he was in the hospital.
In Alabama. Well, now we know.
Shit crazy, man. Yeah,
we're not doing that again.
Don't make these same mistakes, man.
But guess what? Now you're here in New York to stay.
Here. Yeah, $3,000 less, but
Well, you have your $3,000.
Yeah, but Venmo-less. But we'll live. We have Zelle, Cash App, whatnot. We'll be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
Like
that was a good one.
1 to 10?
No, I remember 10? You calling me after that, like when that was happening, and you were just like hyperventilating. That was a good one. Good story. And that was like before you even got here. Like that's a New York story.
Yeah, I wasn't even here. I was still in Orlando. Yeah.
I never wanted to.
Yeah, they don't play out here.
Yeah,
they don't play with your feelings. I mean,
but that like really like conditioned you into what New York is.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have an apartment story. Well, I have multiple apartment stories in New York. So in my last place, I was living in an area that I do love.
Wait, you want to just say it? Like.
Yeah, I was in Elmhurst before, right by Jackson Heights, and it was a great area. Love Jackson Heights. The reason why I moved there for my first time moving out, living alone, was because I loved the culture. I loved like the hustle bustleness of it, where it motivated me more. I loved being just so close to Bengalis and everything. What I didn't like was that it was very close to like the red light district.
Yeah, Roosevelt Ave.
Roosevelt Ave. Yeah, Roosevelt Ave. If you guys know Roosevelt Ave.
Shout out Roosevelt.
It makes the news. It makes the headlines quite a bit.
Made me feel like home. I'm not gonna lie. I thoroughly enjoyed it there. I loved it there. It was so busy and so many people at all times a day.
It was too overstimulating.
Especially like during the day. It's literally like a train station just on the street. Like there's so many people just outside.
No, it felt like just Bangladesh, but with like also Dominicans and Colombians and like a mixture of people. And so anyway, Roosevelt Ave and that area specifically that I lived by was not the safest and wasn't the best. The mayor Eric Adams always used to rate it. Like we had a lot of just headlines in that area.
But granted, you weren't on like the really bad side of Roosevelt Ave. Like yeah. The bad side is more in like Corona, like more up the street and stuff. So like your part was like, I'm not gonna say it was safe, but it was still like a shit ton of people outside.
Yeah. I wouldn't say it was like super, super bad, but I do remember always wanting to come home before sunset because I just didn't want to be in that area at nighttime, and especially early in the morning as well, which sucked because I had student teaching in my like graduate classes early in the morning, like super early. So I just didn't want to be there. And like you guys probably know, I had a big New York City story where I got followed and that like went viral. So that was very scary, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, I lived there for 3 years just because, again, I loved it. Rent was pretty good. I was just in a very homey area, but I still felt like unsafe. There were multiple instances where people would just be like passed out in front of the apartment building where you would have to walk over them, but you wouldn't know if they were alive or not, and you also didn't know if they were violent or dangerous. Yeah. And then at that point, the super had to put a lock on the front door before you get into the main entrance because it was that bad, and people would be like homeless people would be sleeping inside the apartment building. And again, I'm living by myself. I'm going outside to school before 6 o'clock in the morning, before the sun is even up. I didn't want all that, right? So there was this one time specifically where it was like midnight, and one of my friends, she has a Citizen app. So if you guys don't know what the Citizen app is, it's where you can track things that are happening in New York City around your area, if it's like something crime related, just like news reportings, right? So my friend was tracking the area around her and me because we live by each other. And she got this notification where it was like someone was trying to burglarize, like break into the building.
Right.
And she texted me at like 12 o'clock in the morning. She was like, hey, Mo, isn't this your address? Like, isn't this your building? And she sent me the screenshot, and I was like, oh, yeah, okay. So this is just like another normal day in the life. So someone had called the cops on this occurrence of someone trying to get into the building. Still don't know if it was someone living in the building who lost their keys or if it was actually someone just trying to get in. But yeah, I couldn't really sleep after that. So just like a lot of apartment occurrences around that. And that was one of the main reasons why I had to get out of that first building and that area, because number one, got followed. Number two, occurrences like that were just people who weren't allowed in the building were just there sleeping and had, you know, too many occurrences there. Yeah. Also, followers of mine like knew my address somehow. Yeah. And it's like I guess like a flattery type of thing where they're like, oh my God, you know, love you so much. Yeah. Not I know where you live, but like saw you. Don't want to be weird. I know where you live.
I know the apartment number. I actually stare at you like,
through
your window.
And I got comments like that, and you know, people would be like, oh my God, I know exactly where this is. Like, I live in your building.
Do you want to hang out?
Do you want to hang out? Just, you know, just like very specific things like that, because again, it's very like ethnic central there, right? A lot of Bengali people, a lot of like brown people.
I love the area, you know.
No, like, I love the area. I love going back.
Just too many loiterers. You know, especially like on like your main street on the way to like the station, there's always like the same group of like 8 to 10 Colombian men in their 50s. There's this one guy, I saw him all the time. He had like a desk office chair. You know what I'm talking about? He had a desk office chair. And he just sat there all day
with his coffee.
All day, all night. Like,
but those are the locals, like, you know, I miss that, and
it's like all damn days on this chair, man.
Got nothing to do, but yeah, I miss sometimes, like, you know, passing by all of the food stores that I would go into. I had a really mini Target by there that I loved. Just like the people selling the mangoes and the fruits on the street, and then also like the elotes and just random foods. It's like the same people that you see every single day. So I do miss that, but I also don't.
Like, I wish we can. I know, like, you can't have one without. I mean, for the most part, you can't have one without the other. But like, I wish you could have like just that without like the uneasiness and like the danger of, you know, like odd people roaming the streets and stuff. Like, I would love to live in that, but like it always kind of like comes with like the odd fellas too.
Yeah, the odd fellas.
The odd ones.
Remember, like, I didn't know this before, but like ganja, sosa. Sosa means like, I didn't know that it meant weed, or like, what does it mean, like, exactly? It means weed?
Yeah, it means weed.
So like, when I would pass by, and I had to do this every single day to go onto my train, there would be these people, to anyone, not even just me.
Yo, anyone, bro, a 4-year-old in a stroller,
literally be
an 85-year-old,
like, and I didn't know that meant weed in Spanish or whatever it is, but it's like they're trying to sell it to you, and then cops had to be on that corner, like, patrolling every single time, because within that same meter, there's also just, you know, people just selling other things. Yeah, you know what they're known for on that street. So it was just like a very interesting, lively street. I remember once my brother was sleeping over at my place, and so I don't think I was there, and he had my keys, and he got off at the wrong stop. Like, he got off at the next stop, and it was like 3 o'clock in the morning, and he said that he got his gyro and he like ran home. I was like, why are you running?
No, I get it though, because like, I don't know if you've ever gotten off up there at night, but like, there's no street lights, and it's like the opposite. Like, the streets are like damn near empty, other than like some people, and like that's scarier than like the streets packed. Yeah, you know, especially at night. So that's happened to me a couple times before, where like I would be in that area at night, and I'm like, wow, like this is spooky.
Yeah,
you know?
And so also my train stop was broken for like 3 years, where if I missed that stop on the express line, I had to go backwards and then forwards again and then backwards.
Yeah.
So it was just like not the best area, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm very grateful that I have this space now. I'm in a different area. I needed that. Elmer's was what I needed to have some, you know, some growth in my life.
Yeah. It was cool
some
out
character
there.
building.
It was cool out there.
But now here I am. Yeah. You know?
Now you're good.
Now, I mean, now I have different apartment and neighbor stories, but you know, you win some, you lose some.
She has a great like current neighbor story. Are we gonna? Did you want to get into that this episode?
Should I?
Maybe if we zoom through it.
Okay, well, I have a number of great neighbors, but one neighbor specifically lives right above me, right? And every single day you would just hear a lot of violence, a lot of yelling, sorts of the bad, right? Bad sorts.
Sorts of the bad, yeah.
Yeah. And so, you know, at one point or another, because there's a kid that lives upstairs, there's also a wife that lives upstairs, and the man is constantly yelling at both of them. There's also a dog that inhibits this place. It's like, you know, I'm the type of New Yorker. You see something, you say something, right? If you know, you know. If you're in New York, you've seen those signs. See something, say something. And that's me, right?
Right.
Whereas Mashoon's not that type of person. I am, right? So if I constantly hear this man berating his wife and child, I'm going to say something. And I've called the cops, right?
Yeah. How many times?
The cops have many times. Handful. Because it's a problem.
Often.
So yeah, I've called the cops multiple times. They've come. He's a good gaslighter, so he knows what to say to make them, you know, leave. And so anyway, at one point or another, it was during Ramadan this year. It was just so bad to the point I was at the end of my wits. I could not do it anymore. So I was like, I need to face this person face to face and say something, because you can tell he just gets out of every single situation so easily. So maybe me as a neighborly neighbor, I can be like, hey, I would really appreciate if you kept it down a little bit, just because it's a lot, right? It's just as a neighborly thing from downstairs. So Mashoon and I went upstairs, knocked on his door. Hey, wanted to talk to you guys as your neighbor. And he refused to open the door. He was like, if you have anything to say it from outside. Me as a renter and as a liver of this building.
Have you heard of the New York City state renters law? After 7 p.m. I can make
God knows what he said. Yeah. Like, have you heard of the rental laws? It is my right to make as much noise as I want in my square footage. And I was like, okay, this guy is literally a crackhead. So he did not open that door. He was just talking about this through the door. So I just went back down to my apartment. I was like, okay, we're not going to get through to him. So I went to the bathroom. And while I'm in the bathroom, I hear a knock on the door. By the way, I'm about to break fast, right? It is literally Ramadan.
Yeah.
Mashoon opens the door. And this guy is trying to gaslight Mashoon. Do you want to take it away from here, because this is your POV?
I mean, from the get-go, I open the door and he starts like yapping the same thing that he was yapping from outside the door, like upstairs. And like immediately I can understand that, like, oh, like this guy is just like a 5-year-old inside. Like he's just a fucking like big kid baby, and like is not someone that like you can reason with. Like I'm sure you all met these types of people that like you can't talk to them. Like they're just fucking weirdo sicko psychopaths. And so he's just going on and on, and I'm just like listening. I'm just like, all right bro, because I'm trying to like get to a point where like I just don't want this to be a problem, because like she lives here and I don't want there to be beef or animosity with a psychopath. That's the last thing you want. You know, if this was a normal fella, then okay, I could turn up on him. But with a schizophrenic, you don't want to like make them have them angry with you. Yeah. So I'm just like, all right, bro. Like I'm listening. I'm just like, yeah, man. We just have to keep it down, man. Like that's all. Like
the Virgo,
I'm like, smiling at him, like, hey, man, like, come on, it's not that serious, man. Just like, keep it down. And then he's just kind of like going on and on and on, and then this one runs out the door. And you want to take it over?
Yeah. So I run out the door. And I'm pissed because from inside the bathroom, I heard enough. This man was talking over my man, And I was like, I'm not going to be the one to just sit by and just, be all pretty and modest. And okay, so I come out of the bathroom and I don't even remember I get kind of blacked out. What did I say?
You're just like,
I was just like, what the hell are you saying?
Yeah,
I was just like, what the hell are you saying and why are you here? And then you could tell he got flabbergasted by the fact that I came out.
Pissed after he saw that.
Yeah, he got pissed. He was like, damn, this girl is out. Like, I thought this was just a man-on-man conversation. It wasn't even a conversation. It was just him talking. So I came out and I'm like, what the hell are you saying? Like, why are you here? And then that's when he got pissed. And I was like, I've called the cops on you once. I can do it more. And that's when he got even more shocked because he wasn't expecting that.
Yeah.
And then what did you say?
No, and then after that, he starts kind of like insulting like me and Mo.
Oh,
he
yeah,
starts,
yeah. He was like, oh, yeah, you got your chihuahua here talking for you. I'm the alleged chihuahua.
All right, guys, like if the people that know me, like I'm very quick to swing and I'm very quick to like actually get angry and turn up. But in this situation, I kept my cool because she lives here. This isn't like a one-off situation. Like he lives upstairs. If I swing on him right now, he's going to have a lifelong vendetta against her. And I don't want that, so I had to keep
Honestly,
my cool.
I kind of wanted you to because there's cameras there in the building and
these cameras don't work.
Okay.
The cameras don't work at all. And the camera's going to see me swinging first. Like, it's going to be in his favor anyway.
Okay, anyway, yeah, continue.
So, in that moment, I thought about, but I was like, I don't want a psychopath to have a vendetta against Mo and know where she lives. Right?
Yeah.
And so, after that, I'm just like, okay, I can't swing on him, but I can, like, emotionally swing on him. So I'm just like, hey man, we can get your kid taken away, man. Like we have video evidence that you're screaming at him. Like we could call CPS right now and have him taken away. And then he starts like going on and on. And then we start closing the door, and I'm like, say bye to your kid, man. Like this is your last time seeing your kid, man. He's out of here.
No, what really pissed me off was like he was trying to get to us by calling me a chihuahua, right? And then once we close the door, he's like, "Oh, sit face, come out."
I had one pimple.
He had one. And Mashoon has
pimple.
like the clearest skin, the most like perfect, shiny, beautiful skin, so glowy. He has a better skincare routine than me now. So he called him a zit face. I was like, damn, you really try to get to him, right? And then so this man stomps upstairs to go back to his room, and then from downstairs, as if we're breaking our fast, I can hear him mumbling to himself and stomping around the place and just like yelling so we can hear it. And then, like, 5 minutes in, he just starts, like, jumping up and down. He jumps up and down multiple times, so it sounds like...
He's a 5-year-old. He's
literally a 5-year-old.
He's, like, 45, but he's 5.
Yeah, in a 40-something-year-old body. So then, we're like, okay, this kid. I was like, this man is, like, genuinely a child. And then he comes back down, like, 10 minutes later while we're eating. And this time, he, like, tries to be empathetic, and... he reaches his hand out because Mashoon opens the door again. He reaches his hand out. I think we got off on the wrong foot.
Yeah.
My name is blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Expecting Mashoon to just like, give him a little handshake, be buddies, invite him in to get a little beer.
Imagine.
But the reason why he only did that is not because he was actually apologetic or sorry, but it's because he knew that I was about to call the cops on him again and tell management. And by the way, I found out later on, because I was just very confused. I was like, why am I the only one calling the cops? Why has no one else sent a complaint? The people that actually live on his floor who get worse, right? And I found out later that his neighbor does actually call the cops too and does complain. But management can't do anything about him because they've tried to get him out, but they can't. So it's not even just me. But if I had been the final person to send in a complaint, then that probably would have gotten him out, right? So anyway, Mashoon was just like... we can hear you yelling at your wife and kids, doing God knows what.
He's like, no, that's just us like talking. Like, we're just talking loud. Like, that's not, like, I don't yell.
And then he was like, yeah, like, I have a kid, and, like, sometimes they, he does.
Yeah, he's like, sometimes they get mad at each other, and sometimes, like, I don't know what to do about that.
And, we just, like, went to Five Below. We just got a new car. Like, if you do hear a sound, it's, like, him rolling around his new car. I was like, please stop the sympathy card. Like, we are not mad at your dog or your kid rolling around his car. We're mad at the fact that you're, like, hitting them, right? So, anyway, that was the whole situation with that. After all of that happened, I found all of his information because that's what I do best, just for safety and to know what I'm up against.
Yeah.
And, yeah, we got...
Yeah, no, it's been good.
Yeah, I guess.
They'll yell every like now and then.
Yeah.
But I ran into the elevator once, and he was just like, "Yeah, things are bad now, right?" I'm just like, "Yeah, man, good job not screaming at your wife.
Yeah.
Good job, buddy." Pat him on the head.
Yeah, we also found out that he's an ex-army official, so.
Yeah, we got a lot of insight about him.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's one CPS call away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good
story.
Good one. That was a good one.
Yeah, good story, buddy. Good story. Anything else?
No, that was pretty much it for me.
I do have another story, but I don't feel like dragging this episode out too long. But yeah, that was good. That was a good one. Let us know if you enjoyed this. I have some. I worked at a coffee shop for like a couple months, and from the coffee shop alone, I have a handful of stories. Like, cause I got like a real like New York experience working there, like working like a service industry job in the middle of the city.
That was a good like first job that you had coming here.
Yeah, I miss it.
I'm glad you did that.
I miss it. They had to fire me.
Well, okay, they didn't just fire you just because. They fired you because you could work once a month. Yeah, because you had a corporate job.
That's true. But yeah, man, let us know if like you like this. I thought of a great, we combined thought of a great episode topic, which would be her reacting to all of my gas station stories from when I worked at the gas station when I was like 11.
When he worked there when he was like
I have so many gas station stories, you guys have no idea. And I think it could be really cute because like it's very like brown of me, gas very station family child. Yeah,
that's a good idea.
But yeah, anything else?
No, that was good. As a New Yorker, you're gonna face some lows and then you're gonna face some highs. But it all makes you who you are.
Wow. That's wonderfully said.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah.
Your 10-second piece.
Yeah, I got my 10-second piece.
Yeah.
But
yeah, when you host a birthday party, consider having all of the guests go around the table introducing themselves and giving a fun fact so that your friends and guests can learn more about each other instead of just the birthday person.
Yeah.
We did that.
Also, like, to add on to that, when just like as like a reminder, like when you're in a group setting with like people that you don't know, like it's okay to like take the initiative and to just like go up to that person and be like, "Hello, my name is da da da," and like you like just because you don't know someone in the group doesn't mean that it has to stay that way. Right?
Get out of your own head.
Right. Well said.
You got the Bangla word of the day?
Yeah, my Bangla word of the day is coffee.
Which is coffee. The Bangla word for book is boy.
Boy.
Yeah, because I remember like on my maps when I was in Bangladesh, I found a store and it was called like Bengali boy.
And
I was just like, why is it a store called like boy, Bengali boy? But I learned it's a bookstore.
That's a good name. I like that. Yeah,
good one, buddy.
Good episode. Yeah, we hope you enjoyed this one. We got some real good juicy episodes coming up soon. Some good guests, hopefully lined up soon. And we hope that like you stick around. We hope that you enjoy the podcast, and we hope that you love us forever and you forgive us for everything. Thank you so much. Like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, subscribe, and have a good day.
We love you. Bye. Allah Hafiz.